Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing very well. So in previous video, you knew about Ray and those two men who came to his shop with no sign of friendliness. So what did they do in his shop? To know about it, look into your book, part 2. The clocks ticked on. Ray calmly wrote another message. Have you come to pick up a clock or watch? Then he pointed to the loan board filled with hanging clocks and pocket watches. He was not a pawnbroker, but at the same time couldn't say no to the needy people who placed their old watches and clocks before him for anything they could get. He loaned more than he should. They would be there when the owners wanted them back at the same price he had paid, with no interest. So as you got to know that why those two men had come to that shop, and the shopkeeper also understood very well that they were robbers. They had come to his shop to rob, but he also realized that they were in need of money. So very quietly, Ray asked them by writing on the notepad if they had come to buy a clock or watch. And understanding their need, Ray pointed to the loan board where so many clocks and pocket watches were hanging. Then Ray told them that he gave money as a loan in exchange of people's old clock and watches. But in fact, he was not a pawnbroker. Pawnbroker means money lender who takes property as security deposit. He also told them that he only did that, it means gave money as a loan for goodwills, not to earn money. So not being a pawnbroker, he could not refuse if any needy person came to his shop for money. Instead, he gave more money and kept their things safe, and whenever the owners went to get their things back, he always returned at the same price without any interest. So when Ray told those two men all the details of giving loan, so the older man was a little happy and believed that Ray did all that to help needy people because of his helping and kind nature. Now come to the next paragraph. Then the older man seemed to feel a little easier, took out his hand from his pocket and quickly looked at the watch on his wrist. How much will you give me for this? The man wrote. Ray noticed a little shame in the grey eyes looking at him. The watch was nothing special and yet had great powers. It was something to exchange a way out of a bad situation. Knowing that great need had brought the man to his shop in the first place, Ray asked, how much do you need for it? So when the old man read all that which was written on the notepad, he felt easy and relaxed little bit. Then he took out his wristwatch and asked, how much will you give me for this watch? So when the old man asked the price, Ray felt that the man was a little ashamed, as it was looking like he did not like what he was coming to do at his shop. The watch was very simple, not expensive, but it was enough to get out of the tough and difficult situation. So understanding that man's need and helplessness, because of which he was into such a bad act, Ray asked him, how much do you need for this watch? Then the man replied that he should pay whatever was the worth of that watch. So how much Ray paid for that watch? To know about it, look at the next paragraph. Ray reached into his cash box, pulled out a $50 note and passed it into the man's hand. As they shook hands, Ray looked into the man's eyes. They seemed to say, "Thank you." They both knew the watch wasn't worth that much. Before turning to leave, the man wrote, "I'll be back to pick it up as soon as I can. Merry Christmas." So when that man wanted the money in exchange of that wristwatch, Ray went to his cash box and took out $50 note and handed it to that man. It made him happy. That man expressed gratitude by shaking hands and saying thanks. But both of them, it means that old man and the shopkeeper, both knew that watch was not worth of such a high price. It means $50. So before going from that shop, the man wrote another message on the notepad that he would be back to take his watch as soon as possible, and they wished each other Merry Christmas. Then they took their ways. Now come to the last paragraph. The little story ended on a half hour with the clocks striking all together. The timepieces, which had been looking on silently all the while, rang out the time with such a feeling that even Ray thought he could hear them. Their sweet musical message was filled with hope. The timeless message of peace on earth, goodwill towards all, was felt by three men who stood in that old clock shop. So within a half hour, this story ended with the sound of ringing clocks all together. All the clocks and watches rang out that particular time together, witnessing the whole incident. Those clocks produced a music which spread a message of hope and peace. The music was so sweet and impactful that it seemed as if even deaf ears of Ray were able to feel it. The sweet and hopeful message of goodwill towards others and peace on earth was felt by everyone, and the message of peace and goodwill spreads everywhere as the old clocks and watches rang and sounded like a bell. Now here this story comes to an end, and I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you very much for watching this video.